What's going on, YouTube? This is Reezon back once again, and I'm doing my review on TNA's Genesis pay-per-view of 2010. Took place yesterday on January 17th. Alright, well, the card was pretty stacked. It was a good card overall. A couple of mystery surprises, mystery opponents, if you will, that were debuting last night. So I'm going to just go through the matches one by one, tell you, my ratings for the matches, my rating for the pay-per-view overall, and some further discussion on what could have been, what was, stuff like that. Well, the opener was for the X Division title, and as we know, Amazing Red was scheduled to take on a mystery opponent. All right, so Amazing Red makes his entrance to the ring. The kid is awesome. Every match this guy does is just breathtaking. So I'm already knowing it's going to be a good opener, no matter who they give him. And the mystery opponent did not disappoint. The mystery opponent was the Brian Kendrick, making his TNA debut. If you're familiar with Brian Kendrick, you saw him on WWE. I think the last time he was on WWE programming, he was in the SmackDown roster. Of course, pretty much everybody on the SmackDown and ECW rosters gets misused by WWE, so I'm anxious to see, or I should say eager to see, what TNA is going to do with Kendrick, because he gave a great in-ring debut. It was a great match. Every match in this pay-per-view was given its time. It was given a nice amount of time. It won no rush matches, so that's a big change for TNA. And the match was very well done. Very good in-ring action, back and forth action between the two. Brian Kendrick looks like he's got the same character, same attire, same personality. Even though he didn't talk, just the way he carried himself, the swagger, everything was the same. So that's good because I like this character in the WWE. The match with him and Amazing Red was just off the wall. It was great. I gave it 3 stars. A lot of back and forth action, a lot of close calls, and Amazing Red hits the code red, which is that sunset flip power bomb. Which is not Melina's finisher. Melina took that finisher from him because he was doing it before her, by the way. So he hits it off a springboard over the ropes, lands on his back, gives him that sunset flip powerbomb, which is the code red. 1, 2, 3. There was a couple of times during the match, fans were cheering, "This is awesome." They were chanting TNA, they were chanting X Division. So, it got over well with the crowd. Good stuff. And before I continue, let me just say that the TNA pay-per-view opened up with a look at a new Impact Zone, a new set. And I've been seeing a lot of heat on the internet about this set, the Impact set, the new Impact Zone. People don't like it. They think it's goofy. Yo, that set is beautiful. It reminds me of the old WCW days. It reminds me of real wrestling. It's a squared ring, enough with a 6-sided ring. The 6-sided ring was good to be, for a while. It differentiated you from the competition, but there is such a thing as being too different, and unhealthily different. And that's what TNA was with that 6-sided ring. It was good for a while. You know what I'm saying? It served its role. But, they changed it to a 4-sided ring, which I like. It looks more professional. It looks more mainstream. It looks more like the big leagues, you know what I'm saying? And so, Hogan and Bischoff came out at the beginning of the pay-per-view and started cutting a promo, and they said that this is a new Impact Zone. Fans got retarded in this. They started chanting, "We want 6 sides," and started booing the ring. You're booing a ring. All right? That's all I'm going to say about that. Hogan and Bischoff basically told him, "Hey, you know what? Take your boos and, shove it where the sun don't shine, because we're the ones in charge, and this is what's going down." And I liked it. And, and 5 minutes from that promo, the fans weren't caring about the ring. They were all into it. So, Hogan and Bischoff cut a promo on that. They cut a promo telling Vince McMahon, that they're coming for him, the usual stuff, whatever. So then you had the opener. Like I said, the opener was 3 stars. Very good match. The next match, and I'm not really going to talk so much about the backstage segments because that was just unnecessary. The next match was Sean Morley, a.k.a. Val Venus, versus Christopher Daniels. Now, we saw this feud get kicked off on Impact, where Daniels came out and pretended to butter up Morley and then gave him the STO and just beat the living hell out of him, hit him with the BME, and then, Morley started firing back and threw him out of the ring, and thus the feud was born. Only problem I saw with this match, before I get into the rating and the actual in-ring action, was the fact that, Morley is supposed to be a face, you know what I'm saying, or technically speaking, he's not a baby face, but he's supposed to be the good guy. The fun guy, the party animal, whatever. And Christopher Daniels is supposed to be the arrogant prick, the heel. Christopher Daniels comes out, and just because, and this is another place where fans are stupid, just because Morley used to be in the WWE, they were already on him, they hated him, they didn't want him there, and they were chanting for Christopher Daniels to the point where he had to try to generate some cheap heat. He had to insult the audience in there just to get them to remember that he was the bad guy. So that was whack. But the match itself, I see people giving the match really low ratings. So I'll give the match 2 stars because it was watchable. It wasn't a poor match by any stretch of the imagination. People say Morley can't sell, Morley can't tell a story, Morley can't wrestle. I thought Morley did very well. You know what I'm saying? He's not a technical wrestling genius. He never was. But he is a nice-sized guy, good character, good, he can tell a story, he can sell promos, and his in-ring work is not too shabby at all. You know what I'm saying? And he matched up very good with Christopher Daniels. Of course, Christopher Daniels carried the match because he's just amazing. But the match was good. Had back and forth action. Only thing, fans really get upset because Sean Morley got the win. Well, who cares if he got the win? This is a way of stretching the feud. You know what I'm saying? If Christopher Daniels gets the win, that's how you bury the feud. But this dude gets the win, and now you're going to have Christopher Daniels come back for a rematch, and it's going to stretch the feud. So I like the match. It was 2 stars. Nothing great, nothing bad. It was just a good match. Next, you had Tara versus ODB, 2 out of 3 falls for the women for the Knockouts title, which was the best match that they've had to date. It really was, and that's saying a lot. You know what I'm saying? I'm not that big of. I hate ODB. I cannot stand her. I think she's garbage, and I think Tara is a great women's wrestler. So this was a very good match. For a women's match, it was amazing. The first fall happened kind of quick. About 3 or 4 minutes into the match, you had Tara roll up ODB for the first fall. The surprise in this match was that the next fall took quite a while to get to, but it was Tara again. And very rarely do we see a 2 out of 3 falls match where they go 2 falls, boom, win. They usually take it to 3. Well, Tara got the first one with a roll-up. There was some really good wrestling going on for women. I mean, ODB had some body scissors on her and, a Katina clutch-like move from the back, and Tara was doing some good stuff. And then Tara hits the Widow's Peak and gets the second fall. She is your new TNA Knockouts champion. So it was a 2-star match for the women's match. It was very well done. It was enjoyable, which is a lot to say because I don't watch the women's matches. Then we got Hernandez and Matt Morgan challenging the British Invasion for the tag team belts. This match was very well done. I really enjoyed it. It was entertaining. I'm going to let you know right off the bat. I gave it 3 stars. You had a lot of good chemistry between Hernandez and Matt Morgan. And the Brits, they got great chemistry from the get-go. So this was 2 good teams going at it. Only thing I didn't like about it was, yes, Matt Morgan and Hernandez are your new TNA tag team champions. They got the win. I'm not against that. I think they're a great team. But the reason I didn't like that is because I kind of wanted to see them split this team up because I wanted these 2 big men to go at it rather than be together. But they are the new tag team champions. Very good in-ring action, very good chemistry from both teams. Matt Morgan gets the win with the carbon footprint off of a Hernandez gut-wrench powerbomb. So it was a lethal finish, man, and it was good. It was given a lot of time. It was a very well-done match. Next, we had the rematch, Desmond Wolfe versus the Pope, or I should say the Pope versus Ruffy, as he calls him. You know what I'm saying? I really like the Pope D'Angelo Dinero. I love his character. I love his promos. I love his in-ring style. And Desmond Wolfe is an animal, man. That guy's awesome. He came out with some new ring gear and this beautiful valet. I don't even know who she is, but she is amazing. And she was out there with him, whatever. They went into the match, was given a lot of time. Very good technical stuff from Desmond Wolfe. And the Pope always delivers. The Pope always has great wrestling in his matches. Elijah Burke is an amazing wrestler. So they went at it. It was a nice long match. The Pope got stretched and bent every which way by Desmond Wolfe. I mean, he put on some holds on him that I didn't even know you could do. I didn't even know you could fake those holds without really hurting the person, and he did it. So it was amazing, and the match ends up being Desmond Wolfe gets the win out of nowhere with that lethal lariat that he does. So now they're tied 1-1. This feud is going to go on, and it's only going to get better. So that was a very good match. I gave that match 4 stars. It was that good. Then we have Beer Money Inc. versus Kevin Nash and Six. I refuse to call him Six Pac. His name is either X Pac, like it was in WWE, or Six, like it was in WCW. There is no mixing of the name. I really hate that. And obviously, I'm going to tell you right now, this video is going to have a part 2 where I talk about the main event because it's already running on time. This match was supposed to be Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, the Outsiders, against Beer Money Inc. Didn't happen. Scott Hall says he has a growing injury, when in reality, if you check sites like WrestleZone.com or other Wrestling Insider sites, the story is he really doesn't like the way he looks in his tights. He's out of shape and he doesn't want to go out there. So they had Six go out there. I will tell you this, Six, Sean Waltman still has it, bro. The dude is still busting out them single leg spin heel kicks. The Bronco Buster, everything, his persona, his style is all still there. He could be a very good talent for TNA if they sign him long term. Hopefully they will. Kevin Nash looked good. He's on his way out, man. Kevin Nash been on his way out for a while. Be fair. I'm not like the people who say, "Oh, he's done." No, I don't think he's done. But I think you need to start making him wrestle less, because he is definitely deteriorating. But he's still amazing. He's still the best big man the business has ever seen. And he's got an intelligent wrestling mind and great promo skills. Beer Money did some really good stuff in here. The match was kind of weird. I didn't like the way the match ended. Scott Hall came out looking like he was going to interfere and help his boys out. And then for some reason, he pulls a fan out of the audience, slapped him up. Six had to go over there and help. They left Kevin Nash alone in the ring with Beer Money. They hit him with the last call while he was setting Rude up for the powerbomb. Got hit with the last call. Rude rolls him up. 1, 2, 3. Beer Money gets the win. The match, the in-ring action was okay at best. You know what I'm saying? I'll be honest with you. So I give it 2 stars. Maybe it would have been 2.5 if the ending would have sucked so bad. So coming back with part 2 video with the semi-main event and the main event. So check it out, and I'll see you there. God bless.